Hi, this is Charles Rossman, and I'd like to thank you for joining us for this ESI Appraise Time Saver and Helpful Hint webcast series. Today's topic is capital gains or loss for dividend reinvestment plans. Earlier this month, we had a webcast in which we introduced our Appraise Dividend Reinvestor. The attendees on the webcast let us know that a common dilemma they face is when they need to determine the capital gain or loss for dividend reinvestment plans and don't have sufficient information. After going through the webcast, they were able to realize that the Appraised Dividend Reinvestor is a great tool to help them with this process. So that's what we'll be talking about today. The Appraised Dividend Reinvestor is part of the Appraise ASP suite of products. Appraise ASP is one of our online services. We have Appraise software, which installs on the desktop, Appraise ASP, which is software as a service. What that means is instead of installing the software on your desktop, the software is installed on our computers and you access the software via the internet. What it does is it gives you scalability so you can access Appraise ASP from anywhere in your company, and it also gives you access to the latest software we have out, while at the same time you still have the peaceful feeling of knowing that all of your clients' data is stored on your local PCs, so it's entirely confidential. The other Appraise online solution, which we won't discuss today, is Appraise Web, which is a true web product. Okay. Part of the Appraise ASP suite of products is the Appraise application, which does estate and gift tax stock and bond valuations. The 1040-1041 income allocator, which allocates the income between the 1040 and the 1041. Unit trust valuations. A foreign dividend report. Multi-date pricing is a time series pricing. You give us a range of dates, and you let us know whether you want daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, semi-annual, or annual pricing. We provide that to you. Appraise corporate action cost basis is exactly what it said. It gives you access to the capital changes and cost basis which can affect the value of your portfolios. And you also have the dividend reinvestor, which we'll go into right now. Okay, let's log into the Appraised Dividend Reinvestor. Okay, let's create a new portfolio. Okay, just some dividend reinvestor tips. The dividend reinvestor calculates the cost basis and capital gains for dividend reinvestor plans. Please have the following information available before you begin: the purchase and the end date, a share amount or the total transaction value. And you can use the calculator to go backwards or forwards, and we'll demonstrate both today. Okay, let's click on close. All right, so let's create a portfolio. Test drip forward. All right, let's put in a portfolio ID over here. Drip FW for forward. QSIP number, I'm going to use Nike. Okay, 654 10610. Okay, just some options you have here. You can have the significance you want the dividend to go out to. The default is 2. We could do 3, 4, 5. We'll do 3. Dividend rules is the date you want us to check if you held the dividend. We'll do the ex-dividend date, but you have the choice of the X, the record of the pay, and the X and the record of the pay all plus 1. We'll do the ex-dividend date. And for price rules, you can use closing price, average price, or bid price. We'll use closing price. Let's say our start date was right before Christmas in 2010, 12/23/2010. And our end date was the end of July, 07/31/2013. Okay, let's wait a second here. And the program will automatically put in the closing price on 12/23/2010, which was 86.05. Let's say we had 100 shares. Let's click on Send Now. For those of you who are accustomed to the speed at which Appraise does estate and gift tax stock and bond valuations, the Appraised Dividend Reinvestor does take a little longer. We're accessing more data because we need to look across to find for any stock splits. We need to take a look at dividend history over the range of years, so you need to give it a little bit of extra time. And you can tell that the program is busy because you can see the hourglass button over the Send Now. While we're waiting on the data to come back, if at any point after this webcast you have any questions, you can either give us a call at 201-784-8500, extension 104, or email us at accountinfo, ACCOUNTINFO, at appraisenj.net. Okay, so here's our report. Okay, now it's kind of hard to see this way, so let's create a PDF to look at. So I'm going to click on Print. Print again. It says PDF 995. For those of you who aren't familiar with this, this is a free product on the internet which creates PDFs. Click on OK. All right, and let's wait for our PDF to come up here. We need to save it, so let's save it as forward drip. Click on Save. We'll replace it, say yes, and let the software repeat it for us. We're not going to use that. Okay, report. Okay, let's take this out to, let's say 100%, okay? So you can see here we had our purchase on 12/23/2010. We purchased 86.05 shares. I'm sorry, share price was 86.05. We purchased 100 shares, so our market value is 86.05. We had a stock split on 12/26/2002. So our shares owned went from 102 to 205. And then finally our end date was 7/31/2013. We owned 206.97 shares at 62.92 per share for a total of 13,022.55. And we calculate a capital gain of 4,069.87 based on a total current value of 13,022.55 and an initial investment of 8,952.68. And there you have your capital gain and loss. It's that simple. Okay, let's exit out of this one. Okay. I'll minimize this. Let's X out of there. Now, let's save this portfolio. We're going to X out. And let's create a new one. Okay. We'll call this one Test Drip Backwards. So my portfolio ID is DRIPBW. QSIP 654-10610. My start date is now 07/31/2013. My end date is 12/23/2010. It'll automatically populate the price per share. Okay. My current share total on July 31st was 206.97. Okay, click on Send Now, and we'll wait to complete the backwards part of our capital gain loss calculation. This will just take a few moments. The Appraised Dividend Reinvestor works on both equities and mutual funds, and will take into account stock splits. If the security has a capital change other than a stock split, say an acquisition, a merger, a spin-off, this program will not accurately reflect the information because of those corporate actions. And if that's the situation you're in, please contact us about the Appraise Cost Basis Calculator, which we'll give a video demonstration of in the future, And that program, so long as you know your initial position, will bring you forward to your current position, investing dividends and accounting for corporate actions. So let's take a look at our reverse calculator here. I'm going to print it again. Create another PDF. Okay. Let it go through the motions to create that PDF for us. I'll save it as backwards drip. Click on Save. Replace it yes. Okay. Let the program just do separation work for us. And we'll take a look. Okay. And here's our report. Short at 100%. And we can see our current position was 7/31/2013, 206.97 shares. And we're going to unwind the split. Right over here, we're going to unwind all the dividends. And back to our original position, which is 100 shares at 86.05 per share for a cost basis of 8605. And you can still see that your capital gain and loss was 4069.87 going in either direction. And that really is how simple the Appraised Dividend Reinvestor is to do these calculations for you going forwards and backwards. Now, once again, if you have any questions after this, you can either go to our website, www.appraise.com. You can call us at 201-784-8500, extension 104, or you can email us at accountinfo, ACCOUNTINFO, at AppRaiseNJ, instead of AppRaiseNJ.com, AppRaiseNJ.net, N-E-T. I'd like to thank you for joining us today, and have a great day. Goodbye.